This week we will talk about resegregation of American schools. During the 1970s, key decisions in regards to the issues of the desegregation efforts. A key issue was white flight, which was white people moving to the suburbs while black people stayed in inner cities. A key case that hindered the desegregation process and encouraged white flight was Milliken versus Bradley, which ruled against a multi-district remedy and stated that a law or a specific policy that fostered discrimination is needed for there to even be a multi-district remedy. Another issue with the desegregation efforts was that it was hard to prove that the North had a de facto segregation. A major case ruling for that was the Keyes versus School District Number 1, Denver, Colorado. This ruled that there needs to be a discriminatory purpose and not just a discriminatory impact for an equal protection violation. Another key issue was inequality of school funding, which a big case in regards to this was San Antonio Independent School District versus Rodriguez. And the Supreme Court ordered that education is not a fundamental right and that wealth does not require absolute equality, which leaves schools to be unequal. Decisions of the 1990s led to resegregation as the Supreme Court decided to end desegregation orders. The case ruling of this was the Board of Education of Oklahoma City Public Schools versus Dowell, which ruled that a desegregation order should end if the school system has become unitary, even if there's a high likelihood of resegregation. Another key case during this time was Freeman versus Pitt, which ruled that a court's desegregation order will end after an order is complete, regardless of any other orders that are still out there. In Kansas City, there's been a lot of progress that was going on in regards to desegregation. The amount of students that attended a school of 90% more of African Americans declined from 45 to 22%. However, regardless of this improvement, the Missouri versus Jenkins and Chief Justice Rehnquist had halted this progress by applying the ruling of Milliken versus Bradley, not allowing a raise in teachers' salaries, and by saying that despite a racial disparity in student test scores, it does not give a right to justify continuance of the federal court desegregation orders. The Supreme Court made some wrong decisions. In one case, Milliken, there could have been better results of desegregation if they used an interdistrict remedy. With the case of Keyes, there could have been an end to de facto segregation if there was proof a discriminating impact was needed. Also, in the case of Rodriguez, that could have allowed for equal funding and educational opportunities. The 1990s decisions would have kept successful desegregation orders in place, and this was all in part because of the conservative ideologies of the justices that sat on board during these decisions, and that allowed for these crucial cases to enable segregation and resegregations in schools.